So I'm here tonight to help you out with homework number 3-3. I want to give a shout out to Miss Canyon Baugh-Miller, Miss Carly Dyke, and Nate and Alex Reeves, because I know they will be watching these this evening. I'm going to start with problem number 1. It reads, the campers in cabin A walked 1/4 of the way to Otter Ridge. How many miles did they walk? As you can see, I made the word of in red, bold letters, because that is one of our keywords that tells us what we need to be doing in our equation. When we see that word of, when we're working with fractions, that means that we multiply. So I'm going to take 1/4, and I know that I'm going to be multiplying that by a number. So 1/4 times, and as you can see over on my left, it says Otter Ridge 13 miles. I got that information off of that cute little sign that they have on the right-hand side of the homework paper. So what I'm going to do is take that whole number, 13 miles, and in order to multiply it by a fraction, I need to make sure that I make that 13 the numerator and put it over a denominator of 1, because that will still give me, if I divide this 13 divided by 1, I still have 13 whole. So what I'm going to do is multiply that out. 13 times 1 is 13, and I'm going to have a denominator of 4, because 4 times 1 is 4. My numbers like to disappear for some reason here. I don't quite know why that keeps happening. There we go. 13 over 4. And I know that I can turn this into a mixed number because this is an improper fraction. So what I'm going to do is go 13 divided by 4. And 13 divided by 4, I know 4 can go into 13 2 times. I'm going to have 1 left over. Oh, excuse that 2. 13 take away 12 is going to be 1. And my denominator stays the same of 4. So 2 1/4, and that's measured in miles. So you can put that little M-I with the period next to it to label that. M-I. There you go. 2 1/4 miles is how far the campers in cabin A walked that day. On question number 5, I just wanted to bring this up to you. If you work through problems number 1, 2, 3, and 4, they are comparing different cabins, cabin A, cabin B, cabin C, and cabin D, and they're all walking to a different location. What the question on number 5 asks is, which group of campers walked the farthest that day? So what you want to do is compare your answers for question number 1, 2, 3, and 4 to find the greatest distance walked. Once you find the greatest distance walked, you're going to see which cabin that is for. If it's problem number 1, that's cabin A, of course. Problem number 2 was cabin B. Problem number 3 was cabin C, and problem number 4 is cabin D. So which one of those had a greater distance walked? That's going to be your answer using the cabins. For number 6, it says show 2/3 of 4 on the number line. So what you're going to do, I have this little number line broken down already, and of course I have it in 1/3, 2/3, 3/3 equals 1 whole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to do 2/3 4 times. So I'm going to start right here and circle. Make sure you go all the way to the 0 and all the way to the 2/3 mark. There's 1. You're going to start at the number 1 and go out 2/3 on this one as well. Make sure that you're going all the way to the mark, because if you don't do that, you're not including that whole amount. See, this is 1/3 right in between those 2 marks and 2/3 in between those 2 marks. And as you can see, I've only done it 2 times, and I need to do it 4 times. So here's my number 3 all the way to the marks. And finally, my 4th one is going to be all the way to these marks. So basically what I'm showing you right here is 2/3 times 4. So for problem number 7, it says write 2/3 of 4 as a fraction. If you do that, you're just writing 2/3 times 4 over 1, which would be 8/3, which you can actually change into an improper fraction and then a mixed number and then reduce it. Let's move on to number 9. It says 2/7 times 4. And what I did was I already put my 4, my whole number, over 1. So I have 2/7 times 4 over 1. And as you can see, I wrote it a little bit better here. So 2/7 times 4 over 1. Well, now I know that I multiply straight across. So 2 times 4 is 8. Over 7 times 1 is 7. So I have 8/7. And I know I can make that into a mixed number of 1 and 1/7. Thank you so much. Have a great night.